Good morning, fellow yogis. It's a pleasure to see you this morning. Hopefully you're all doing well. Today's class, we're going to be using a couple of props. Of course, if you don't have props at home, you don't need props, but a couple of blocks would be handy if you don't happen to have blocks. A nice book would work, a water bottle, anything for a little bit of support there. And then also a blanket. Of course, you probably do have one of those at home. And that's maybe an optional thing we might need for our knees or any kind of other support we might be needing. So with that, if you do have a blanket or a block, let's just go ahead and get started on one of those items, just so we can elevate the hips a little bit higher than the knees. And we'll all start with the legs out straight, so we can just come to, the same pose, even though we're not together necessarily, but virtually together. If you want to bend the left knee in first, then bend the right knee in. Then reach underneath the sitting bones, remove any flesh that might have gathered underneath. Stretch your fingertips down towards the earth and press down so you can lift your spine up. Take your shoulder blades back towards the wall behind you and drop them down towards the floor. And then take the hands to the tops of the thighs, either facing up or facing down, whatever you feel like this morning. Stretch the top of your head, the crown up towards the ceiling without lifting your chin. And gently close your eyes. Arrive on your mat. Take a moment here to just tune into the breath. Enjoy that simple act of breathing. Something we do oftentimes subconsciously, without even giving it thought, without even appreciating it. Take a moment here to appreciate the breath. To elongate the breath. Deepening out your inhales. Lengthening out your exhales. And 3 open mouth audible exhales to cleanse the lungs. Bring in the new prana. No matter where you are in your cycle of breathing, just open up your mouth, let everything go completely. Slowly draw the breath in through the nose, spilling it into the base of the pelvic floor, drawing it up through the lateral side bodies, coming into the upper chest, broadening out into the collarbone and expanding at the same time into the thoracic spine, the back. And then once you're at the top of your inhale, just open up your mouth and let it all back out. Beautiful. 2 more times, just like that. A deep, full inhale. And an open mouth, audible exhale. One more. Inhale. And one more full exhale. And seal your lips. Slowly begin to draw the breath in through the nose for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Keep the lips sealed as you slowly exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. And inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale slowly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Continue on your own for 3 more cycles. Working to lengthen out the inhales. Even out your exhales. Enjoy that simple act of breathing. And at the bottom of your last exhale, draw the hands into heart center. Connect the thumb to the sternum back into the thumb, and use the thumbs to lift the sternum up towards the ceiling. Draw the heads of the shoulders back away from the front of the mat and down towards the earth. I invite you here to set an intention or a dedication for the practice. And an intention could be a word you'd like to see manifested more into your reality. Could be a simple word, maybe love, compassion, understanding. If you're looking for something, can't find something for your intention, maybe focus on today's practice intention, which will be stability. Building some stability in our foundations. If you'd like to set a dedication, feel free to do that. Maybe there's somebody in your life that needs a little bit of extra love, a little bit of attention. Maybe they're also looking for a little bit of stability. And then start to visualize that intention or that dedication in between the space of your brow, known as the third eye. And then take another deep inhale through the nose. Draw that intention or that dedication into your body, your very being, your soul. Then open up your mouth and release that intention or dedication into our reality, our shared collective space. And return to that deep breathing, working for a 5 or 6 count on the inhale, maintaining an evenness on the exhale. On your next inhale, you can release your hands down to the tops of the thighs again. Gently blink the eyes open, bringing your prana through your eyelashes. On your next inhale, extend the arms out in front of you, interweave the fingers, flip the palms towards the center of the room. Squeeze the shoulders down and away from the ears, and press the index and thumb mounds forward. Try to draw the pinky edges of the hands up and back. Squeeze the elbows in, keep the shoulders soft. Keep your navel reaching back towards your spine, and inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Come to your full extension. And once you think you're there, go ahead and bend the elbows slightly. Work to take those pinky edges up and back a little bit more, and then thrust the index and thumb mounds up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the elbows in towards each other, but keep the shoulders soft. Inhale to push the palms up, keep the fingers intertwined, and work to pull the heels of the hands apart from each other. At the same time, squeeze the elbows in. One more time, inhale to lengthen, and then exhale. Take the hands out wide, lower the arms down. Inhale, circle the arms back up. Keep the hands about shoulder width distance apart, this time with the palms facing in. Bring a slight internal rotation to the arms so the pinkies turn in and the thumbs turn out slightly. Keep the shoulders soft. Inhale, lengthen the sternum and the crown up through the ceiling. And on the exhale, turn and twist from left to right. Come to your edge and pause. Push down with the sitting bones. Inhale, lift up through the fingertips. Exhale, turn a little bit more left to right. And then release your right hand behind your back to the block or blanket. Take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Push down into the sitting bones. Inhale, lift up through the crown. Exhale, turn and twist, gaze over your right shoulder. And 2 more times here. Inhale to lengthen. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another. Drop them away from the ears. Exhale, use the leverage of the hands to turn and twist. 1 more time. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, turn and twist. Inhale to gaze forward. Exhale, unwind, come back into center. Inhale, reach the arms back up overhead. And on the exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Come about 45 degrees and pause. Push the sitting bones back and down into your foundation. Create some stability. Inhale, lengthen the sternum and the crown through the fingertips. And on the exhale, release the hands down towards the floor. Push the fingertips forward and down to push the sitting bones back and down. And then pull the heels of the hands back towards your body and pull the sternum forward through the fingertips. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to walk the hands a little farther forward. Release the forehead down towards the floor. Again, push forward and down with the fingertips. Push the sitting bones back and down. And then take the gaze up towards the fingertips. Pull the heels of the hands back towards your body. Pull the sternum through your gaze. Exhale, release and lower down. See if you can walk the fingertips a little farther forward. And then inhale, walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press yourself up into seated and switch out the cross of the legs. So take the right leg in first and then take that left leg in second. If any flesh is gathered from underneath the sitting bones, remove that flesh. Extend the fingertips back down towards the earth and lift the spine back up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another and down. Take the hands back to the tops of the thighs. Stretch your crown towards the ceiling. Tuck the chin slightly. Close your eyes. Exhale all the air out from your lungs. Seal the lips. Draw the breath slowly in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep the lips sealed. Slowly exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue on your own. 3 more cycles. Finding some stability into the breath. Working to connect the body, the mind, and the breath. At the end of your last exhale, gently blink the eyes open again. Inhale to extend the arms forward in space. Interweave the hands the opposite or awkward way from last time. Flip the palms back towards the center of the room. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Squeeze the elbows in and push the index and thumb mound forward as you draw the pinky edges up and back. Keep the low ribs in and inhale. Circle the arms back up overhead. Come to your edge and pause. Once you're there, bend the elbows slightly. Keep the shoulders soft. Take the pinky edges back and up, and then thrust the index and thumb mounds up. Squeeze the elbows together. Keep the fingers intertwined. Root down into the sitting bones. Lift up through the palms. And then try to pull the heels of the hands apart, but squeeze the elbows in. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. Take those pinky edges up and back a little bit more. And then exhale, release the hands. Come on back down. Inhale, reach the arms back up overhead, shoulder width distance apart. Internally rotate, pinkies in, thumbs out. Root down into the sitting bones. Inhale, lengthen up towards the ceiling. Exhale, turn and twist, this time from right to left. Come to your edge and pause. Root down into the sitting bones, lift up through the fingertips. Exhale, turn and twist a little bit deeper. Release the left hand behind you. Take the right hand to your left knee. Inhale to lengthen up through the crown. Exhale to turn and twist. Gaze over your left shoulder. And 2 more breaths here. Inhale to lengthen, lift up on those right ribs. Exhale, turn and twist. Squeeze the shoulders towards one another and away from the ears. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. And one more time. Exhale to turn and twist. And then inhale to gaze back forward. Exhale, unwind. Back to center. Inhale one more time, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold in about 45 degrees and pause. Push down into the block, create that stability. Inhale to lengthen the sternum through the fingertips. Exhale, fold in, release the hands to the floor. Push the fingertips forward and down. Push the sitting bones back and down. And then pull the heels of the hands towards your knees. Pull the sternum towards the fingertips. Exhale, walk the hands forward. Release the forehead to or towards the floor. One more time. Push the fingertips forward and down. Lift the gaze and pull the heels of the hands back towards your body. Exhale, release. Walk the fingertips a little farther forward. Inhale, walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Press yourself all the way up. And come up off of that block. Take the block off to the side. Actually, if you have two blocks, you can set them up, one on opposite sides of the mat towards the top of the mat. And from there, let's go ahead and find an all-four tabletop position. Goasana. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. Bring the knees directly underneath the hips. Take all 10 of the tops of the toes and press them down towards the mat. Starting with a couple of rounds of cat-cow here to awaken the spine. On your inhale, bend the elbows slightly. Drop the hip points. Lift your sitting bones. Pull your thoracic spine and sternum forward and up. Lift your crown and your gaze. Keep the navel lifting towards the ceiling. And then on the exhale, reverse that. Drop the glutes down towards the knees. Lift the hip points towards the belly button. Round the chin in towards the chest and arch the back for cat. And then inhale, pulling back forward, coming into cow. And exhale, arching the back, rounding in for cat. And 3 more times, breath of movement. Taking slow, deliberate movements on the inhale. And those same slow, deliberate movements on the exhale. If you'd like to bring any extra movement into the body, a shaking of the hips, rotation of the shoulders or the neck, feel free to do so. And once you're done with your last cat, find a neutral position. Root down firmly into the left hand. Wrap the left shoulder back and away from the ears. Inhale, reach the right arm forward in space. Keep the palm facing in, the thumb pointing up, pinky edge down. Take the right shoulder back into its socket. Find some stability and foundation in that left arm. And exhale, extend the left leg back towards the wall behind you. Inhale, lift the thumb and the heel up a little bit higher. Now notice if your left hip is lifting up and the toes are turning out. Internally rotate the thigh so the toes point down and just the heel lifts up. Try to keep the hip in line with the right hip. Inhale one more time, lift the thumb and the heel up a little bit higher. Exhale, release the right hand and left knee to the floor. Find that stability and foundation in the right arm. Wrap the right shoulder back. Inhale, lift the left arm forward in space. Palm in, thumb up, pinky down. Take the left shoulder back into its socket. Keep your core engaged. Exhale, extend the right leg back. Push the heel straight back. Lift the kneecap. Internally rotate so the thigh lifts up and the toes point down. Heel lifts. Inhale, lift the thumb and the heel up a little bit higher. And then one more time, inhale, lift it up just a little bit higher. Exhale, lower it down, reset. Goasana. Moving on, back into the left arm, wrap that left shoulder back, create stability. Inhale, right arm, left leg simultaneously. Extend the spine forward as if in cow. And then on the exhale, take your elbow into your knee and arch your back as in cat. Inhale, extend forward. Exhale, arch in. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale to extend forward. Pause here. Lift the thumb and the heel up a little bit higher. Keep that left shoulder wrapping back. Exhale, release right hand, left knee to the floor. Stability in the right arm. Wrap the right shoulder back. Inhale, left arm, right leg simultaneously. Extend the spine forward as if in cow. And then exhale, elbow to knee, arch the back as in cat. 4 more times. Inhale to lengthen and kick back. Exhale to round in. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Keep that stability in the right arm. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Come forward 1 more time. Pause. Lift the thumb and the heel up just a little bit higher. Exhale. Lower the knee and hand back down. Reset. Spread the 10 fingers out as wide as you can. Pronate the hands, so push down more into the knuckles of the index and the thumb. Wrap the shoulders away from the ears. Step one leg back into plank. Step the other leg back into plank. And hold plank. Give a little tuck to the tail and lift to the pubic bone. Pull the sternum forward as if in cow pose. And hang out here for just a little bit longer. Keep the navel lifting towards the ceiling. Keep a little bit of a tuck to the tail. Find some stability in your plank, your high push-up. Come back to your breath. Find stability in the breath. For 30 more seconds. You got this. 12 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Bend the right elbow, come down to the right forearm. Bend the left elbow, come down to forearm plank. Squeeze the elbows in underneath the shoulders. Spread the 10 fingers out as wide as you can. If you need a little bit more stability, you can even interweave the fingers coming into prayer hands. Bring another little tuck to the tail. Lift to the hips. Pull the sternum forward. Take the shoulders back and away from the ears. And you got this. 30 more seconds. Keep your core engaged. Find stability in your forearm plank. Come back to that breath for 20 more seconds. Find stability with the breath. 10 more seconds. And then right hand down, left hand down, come back up into plank. Take your left hand, or right hand, walk your right fingertips forward just a little bit so the heel of the right hand is just in front of the right shoulder. Bring your feet to touch, and then drop the feet over to the right side of the mat. Extend the left arm up towards the ceiling. Keep that right shoulder wrapping back, coming into Vashisthasana 1, side plank. If that's a little difficult for you to find stability in this pose, you can bend the left knee, take it just in front of the hip, push down, lift the right hip away from the earth. Keep the right shoulder wrapping back, away from the ear. If you have that stability, maybe keep the left leg stacked on top of the right. If you have extra stability, maybe gaze up towards those left fingertips. Keep reaching the left hip up and the right hip with the left. And then bring the left hand down to the floor, come back into plank. Walk the left hand so the heel of the hand is just slightly forward in front of the left shoulder. Drop the feet over to the left side of the mat. Extend that right arm up. Keep the left shoulder wrapping back. Find stability in the pose. And again, if you're having difficulty here, bend the right knee. Take the foot just in front of the hips. Push the foot down. Lift the left thigh and hip away from the floor. Keep that right arm stretching up. If you have stability in the pose, take the foot Stack it on top of the left. Keep reaching those right fingers up. Maybe if you have more stability, turn your gaze up towards the right fingertips. Keep the tailbone tucked, the hips lifted slightly. Lift the left side of the body away from the mat and the right side to follow. And then when you're ready, place the right hand back onto the mat. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Find your plank. Pull the sternum forward. Tuck the tail. Lift the hip points. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bend the left elbow, come down to forearm. Bend the right elbow, come down to forearm. Tuck the tailbone slightly, pull the sternum forward, lift the hip points, keep the core engaged. 14 more seconds, we're almost there. And then left hand underneath the shoulder, right hand underneath the shoulder, drop the knees, take the knees out wide, connect the big toes, bring the sitting bones back towards the heels, lower the forehead down towards the floor, take Belisle, child's pose. If you need a little bit of rest for the arms, you can take the arms and bring them back by the hips with the palms facing up. Allow the heads of the shoulders to round down towards the floor. And take a moment here to get back into your breath. And then when you're ready, plant the hands back underneath the shoulders. Lift yourself back up. Come back into Goasana, tabletop. Step the right leg back into plank. Left leg back into plank. Separate the feet hip width distance. Lift the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Push down into the knuckles of the index and the thumb. Squeeze the elbows in. Wrap the outer armpits down. Bend the knees a couple of inches. Lift the sitting bones up. And then push the heels down, straighten the knees. Stretch the thighs back with a slight internal rotation to the thighs. Exhale, walk the hands back to meet the feet. Take Uttanasana at the back of the mat. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Connect your palms to the earth. Allow the top of your head to just hang to the floor. Connect the ribs and thighs. Inhale, come up onto the fingertips or hands to the shins. Ardha Uttanasana, straight spine, parallel to the floor. Stretch the backs of the thighs back. And exhale, fold back in, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Take your hands to your hips, squeeze your elbows to the sky, and inhale with a flat back. Come all the way up into standing. Come to the top of the mat. Find Tadasana at the top of your mat. Bring the big toes to touch. Separate the heels wide. Or not wide, but a sliver apart. And then root down into the four corners of the feet. Take your hips back over your heels. Extend your fingertips down towards the earth. Take the heads of the shoulders back and down. Stretch the crown up towards the ceiling. Then root down firmly. Find some stability in the left leg. Turn the right toes out 90 degrees. Bend the right knee. Grab the right ankle with your right hand. Take the right foot and push it into the left thigh. If you're finding trouble finding stability and balance in here, you can take the foot to the shin or kickstand the foot. You can even find some stability with a wall if you need to. One thing we want to avoid is pushing the foot into the knee. If you have the foot into the thigh, push the thigh back into the foot. Take your right hand to the inside of your right knee. Left hand to your left hip point. Gently pull those 2 points back towards the wall behind you. Tuck the tail, lift the pubic bone. Try to focus on something that is not moving. Then draw the hands into heart center. Keep the shoulders soft. If you have your stability here, work to extend the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Get the elbows straight first, and then see if you can squeeze the palms in towards the midline. Keep the core engaged, keep the tail tucked. Try to squeeze the palms in, but keep the shoulders soft. Root down into your left foot, extend the spine up through the middle finger. Then on the exhale, release the hands, keep the legs where they are. Take the hands to heart center. For that added bit of stability here, take the hands out to a T, fingertips pointing towards the sky. Slowly take the gaze over towards the right hand. Take the gaze back to center. Take the gaze over to the left hand. Take the gaze back to center. Take the hands into center. Draw the right knee back into center. Release and shake out your left leg. Woo. And then let's come back to Tadasana. We got side 2 to do. So root down firmly into the right leg. Turn those left toes out 90 degrees. Bend the knee. Grab the ankle. Take the same variation you did on the other side. Either foot to thigh, foot to shin, kickstand, or take a wall. Push the foot into the thigh if it's there. Push the thigh back into the foot. Take the left hand to the inside of the left knee, right hand to the right hip point. Pull those 2 points back towards the wall behind you. Scoop the tailbone under, lift the pubic bone. Get some stability in that right leg. Take your hands into heart center. Try to focus on something that is not moving. And then grow the branches of your tree. Straighten out the arms first. Keep the shoulders soft. Squeeze the palms in. Keep the low ribs in. Keep the tailbone tucked. Draw that left knee out and back a little bit more. Root down into your right foot. Inhale to lift the spine up through the fingertips. And then keep that foundation with the legs. Lower the hands back into heart center. And then take the arms out to a T. Fingertips pointing up, shoulders soft. For that added bit of stability, foundation, turn and gaze towards those left fingertips. Draw the gaze back to the center. Take the gaze over to the right fingertips. Take the gaze back to center. Draw the hands into center. Draw the left knee into center. Release, shake out that right leg. Awesome work. Let's come up to the top of the mat if you're not already there. Find your Tadasana. A couple of rounds of sun salutation A. Get the body warmed up. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low push-up or come all the way down. Untuck the toes, inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Take the head to the shoulders back and down. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. And one breath here, deep full inhale. Open mouth, audible exhale. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat, bend the knees. Exhale, hop or step to the top, fold in, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold back in, Uttanasana. Inhale, circle the rise, squeeze the palms and gaze up. And exhale, hands into heart center. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Deep full inhale. Open mouth, audible exhale. Inhale, gaze forward, bend the knees. Exhale, hop or step to the top. Fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, circle up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Last one, inhale. Exhale, fold in. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep full inhale. Open mouth, audible exhale. Inhale, gaze forward, coil. Exhale, get to the top, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold back in, Uttanasana. Inhale, circle all the way up, squeeze the palms and gaze up. And exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. Bend your knees deeply, reach your fingertips back, and inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Look down at the feet for a moment, and if you can't see your toes, take your knees back more over your heels. Scoop the tailbone, lift the pubic bone, squeeze the palms together. Inhale, lift the thumbs up, follow the thumbs with your gaze. And then exhale, hinge at the hips, fold in, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, hop or step back, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push your left heel down, step your right foot in between your hands. Turn the left heel back in and down, and inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 1. Hold here for a moment. Sink a little deeper in the right knee if you can. Push the outer left foot down and pull the left hip forward. Try to bring the hips square with the top of the mat. Squeeze the palms together, gaze up towards the thumbs. Lengthen the thumbs up and back. Sink a little deeper in your front knee. Keep trying to pull that left hip forward, right hip back. One more time, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to reach up and back. Inhale to circle the arms back down. Exhale, step the right foot back, lower halfway down or all the way down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Spin your right heel down, step your left foot in between your hands. Inhale, rise, Virabhadrasana 1, left side. Sink a little deeper in that front knee. Push the outer right foot down and pull the right hip forward. Try to square the hips to the top of the mat. Squeeze the palms together. Gaze up through the thumbs. Reach the thumbs up and back. Sink a little deeper in the front knee. Keep trying to pull the right hip forward, left hip back. Inhale one more time, lengthen. And exhale, reach up and back. Circle the hands down. Step back, Chaturanga, high to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths this time. Deep, deliberate inhales. And slow, even exhales. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Bend the knees. Exhale, hop, step to the top, fold in. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back in. Bend the knees, reach the fingertips back. Inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale to rise, Samastiti. Bend the knees, reach the fingertips back. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold in, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, hop, step back, chaturanga, dandasana, high and low. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Turn your left toes out to the left side of the mat. Step your right foot in between the hands. Inhale, come all the way up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. And take your hands to your hips for a moment here. Take a look at the right foot. We want the right toes pointing straight ahead, and the right knee should be tracking just over the middle toe if you can. Left toe should be turned in slightly, about 10 degrees. Take your hands to your left hip and pull that hip back towards the wall behind you. Wrap the outer right thigh towards the right side of the mat. Take the hands out to a T. Keep the shoulders over the hips. Sink a little deeper in your right knee if you can. Try to create a 90-degree bend. Tuck the chin slightly. Turn and gaze towards those right fingertips. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale, reach the right fingers past the right toes. Take your right hand down to the inside of your right elbow or the block outside of your right foot. Push the right leg into the right arm, left hand to the left hip for a moment here. Wrap the right shoulder back and away from the ear. Lift the left hip up. Wrap the left shoulder up and back. Lift the left arm up, flip the palm. Extend the side angle. Try to create one line of energy from the knife edge of the left foot through those left fingertips. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to open up the chest, gaze underneath the left armpit. 2 more times. Inhale to lengthen. Keep squeezing the right leg to the right arm. Exhale, open it up. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen. 1 more time. Open it up. Gaze down towards the floor. Slide the block back slightly. Start to straighten out the right knee for Trikonasana triangle pose. Reach the left finger straight up towards the ceiling. Wrap that right shoulder back if it came forward. Wrap the right sitting bone down and forward. Inhale, lengthen the sternum past the right toes. Exhale, open up the chest, gaze up towards the left fingers. 2 more times. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to open it up. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Nice work. Gaze down to the floor. Slide the block out of the way. Bend the front knee. Plant the hands. Step the right foot back. Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Turn those right toes out, 90 degrees. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 2, left side. Look at the left knee. Make sure it's tracking right over the middle toe. And try to bring the knee directly over the ankle. Look at the right foot. Make sure those right toes are turned in about 10 degrees. Take the right hip back. Wrap the left sitting bone down and forward. Take the arms out to a T. Keep the shoulders over the hips. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Tuck your chin. Turn and gaze towards the left fingers. Try to sink a little deeper in that front knee if you can. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale, sink a little deeper. And then inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, reach the left fingers past the left toes. Take the left elbow to the inside of the left knee, or take the block outside of the left foot. Squeeze the block into, or the knee into the arm back into the knee. Wrap the left shoulder back and away from the ear. Lift the right hip up. Lift the right arm up. Flip the palm. Extend the side angle. Nice straight line from the foot through the fingertips. Inhale to pull the sternum forward. Exhale, open up your chest, gaze underneath your right armpit. 2 more times. Keep squeezing the left leg and left arm together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, open it up. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, open up. Gaze down towards the floor. Slide the block back slightly. Straighten out the left leg. Stretch the right hand up towards the ceiling. Keep the left shoulder wrapping back. 2 breaths here. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, reach the right fingers up. Gaze towards the fingertips. 1 more time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to open it up. Beautiful work. Gaze down towards the floor. Bend the left knee. Move the block out of the way. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Chaturanga, high to low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then go ahead and bend the knees. Take the knees out wide. Take another Belisle, child's pose. You need to rest the arms a little bit. Take the hands back by the hips, palms facing up. Find some stability back in your breath. And then walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself back up into a Goasana tabletop position. Step the right leg back into a plank, left leg back into a plank. Walk the heel of the right hand forward so it's in front of the right shoulder. Bring the feet to touch. Drop the feet over to the right side of the mat. Vashisthasana 1, extend the left arm up. Now, if you're finding that problem with stability here, you can always bend the front knee and put it in front of the hips, or bend the top knee, left knee rather. If we're moving into our stability here, our Vrikshasana tree variation of this, begin to bend the left knee, grab your left ankle, and push the foot into the right thigh. Push the thigh back into the foot. Tuck the tail, lift the pubic bone, lift the right hip away from the floor, lift the left knee to the ceiling, extend the left fingers to the ceiling, and turn your gaze up towards those left fingers. Try to take the left knee out and back a little bit more. Pull the sternum forward, keep the right shoulder wrapping back for stability. And then gaze up towards those left fingers if you're not there already. Extend the left leg back to beat the right. Take the left hand back to the floor. And then drop the feet over to the left. Wrap that left shoulder back. Extend the right arm up. Pull the right hip up towards the ceiling, left hip away from the floor. Take your variation, either foot in front of the hips. Stay in Vashisthasana 1. Or if you've got that stability, our Vrikshasana tree variation, bend the right knee. Take the foot into the thigh. Push the left thigh into the foot back to the thigh. Then lift the left hip away from the floor. Take the right knee out and back a little bit. Tuck the tail, lift the pubic bone, extend the right fingers up towards the ceiling, and maybe gaze up towards those right fingertips. Awesome work here. Keep that left shoulder wrapping back. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, open it up just a little bit more. Release the right foot back to the left. Release the right hand to the floor. Drop the knees. Take them out wide. Belisle, child's pose. The arms are sore. Take the hands back by the hips. Back to the breath. Find your stability. Then walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Come into Goasana tabletop. One leg back at a time in the plank. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze to the top of the mat. Bend the knees. Exhale, hop or step to the top. Fold in. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold back in. Bend your knees, reach the fingertips back. Inhale, Utkatasana chair. And then exhale to rise, Samastiti. Come back to Tadasana at the top of the mat if you're not already there. Root down firmly into your left foot. Start to bend the right knee. Lift the thigh up towards the ceiling. Take your right peace fingers to your right big toe. You can take your left hand to your left hip, or maybe extend the left arm out to a T if you need some balance. Push down into the left foot, lift up with the left knee. Keep the left hip tucked in to the midline. Lift the right knee up a little bit higher. Scoop the tail under, lift the hip points up, and then work to extend the right leg straight in space. Get that knee as straight as you can. Keep the shoulders lifted, the tail tucked. Turn the right toes out, and then open up the leg to the right side of the mat. If you have to bend the knee, that's okay. If you can get it straight, awesome. If the arm's out to a T, For balance, cool. Maybe for some added stability, turn and gaze towards those left fingers. Woo. Release the leg back into the middle. Lift the arms up. Release the foot. Tuck the tail slightly. Lift the toes up a little bit higher. Exhale, release the right leg. Shake it out. Awesome work. Moving on to side 2. Find some stability in that right leg. Start to bend the left knee. Bring it up to the sky. Left peace fingers to the left big toe. Foundation on the right side. Tadasana, top, strong body. Tuck that right hip in. Once you're there, keep the shoulders lifted, the collarbone broad. Extend the left leg forward in space. Looking to get the knee straight. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Create some stability in that right leg. Turn the toes out to the left slightly. Open the leg out. If you need to have that arm out to a T, cool. If the arm's out to a T, maybe from some added stability, turn your gaze towards those right fingers. Bring the gaze back. Bring the leg back. Lift the arms up, but keep the leg up. Exhale, release, shake it out. Awesome work there. Find Tadasana at the top if you're not there. Bend the knees deeply, reach the fingertips back. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold in, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway in, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, hop, step back, Chaturanga, high low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Turn those left toes out 90 degrees. Step that right foot in between the hands. Inhale, warrior 2. Sink a little deeper in your right knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, reach the right fingers past the right toes. Take your extended side angle. We've been here before. One breath. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to open it up. Gaze down towards the floor. Straighten out on the front knee. Trikonasana. We've been here before. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to open it up. Gaze down towards the floor. Bend the front knee. Plant the hands. Step back. Take your Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Turn the right toes out 90 degrees. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, warrior 2, left side. Sink a little deeper in that front knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, reach the left fingers past the left toes. Extend your side angle. One breath here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to open it up. Gaze down. Inhale. Straighten out the left leg. Extend the right arm up. One breath again. Inhale, lengthen in Trikonasana. Exhale, open it up. Gaze down towards the floor. Plant the hands. Step back. Take your Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pull back into a plank pose. Stack the shoulders over the wrists. Bring the toes to touch. Walk the foot or the right hand in front of the right shoulder slightly. Drop the feet over to the right. Vashisthasana 1 to begin with. And we've got those variations we're working with still. Find your stability. Keep that right shoulder wrapped back. Either foot in front of thigh. Stay in Vashisthasana 1. Take your tree pose variation, or for Vashisthasana 2, start to bend the left knee. Grab the peace fingers to the big toe. Open the leg up and extend the foot towards the ceiling. Take the gaze towards the ceiling. Lift the right hip away from the floor. And then start to bend the left knee. Release it back. Release the left hand back. Woo, plank pose. Awesome work. Walk the left hand forward slightly. Drop the feet over to the left. Vashisthasana 1, left side. Same thing here. Find your stability, where you're at and your level. Foot in front of thigh. Tree variation. Vashisthasana 1, or go for Vashisthasana 2. Peace fingers to big toe. Start to lift the foot up towards the sky. Keep the left shoulder right back. Take the gaze up towards the sky. Lift the left hip up a little bit higher. Lift the left foot up a little bit higher. Right foot up rather. Release the right foot. Release the hands. Drop the knees. Take a child's pose. Awesome work. Whew. And then from child's pose, go ahead and walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, lift yourself up, and drop yourself onto your butt. Have a seat for just a moment here. Find Dandasana staff pose. Extend the legs out straight. Reach underneath the sitting bones, remove the flesh, and then connect the palms to the earth. Next to the hips, fingertips pointing towards toes. Press the palms down, lift the spine up. Try to create a 90-degree bend at the hips. Take the shoulders back and down. Stretch the crown up without lifting the chin. And then inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, Paschimottanasana, peace fingers to big toes. Pull the sternum forward on your inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, release the sternum and forehead towards the shins and ankles. 2 more breaths here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold in. 1 more time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release. Keep the left leg where it is. Slide the right heel in. Cross the right foot over the left knee. Hinge over to the left. And then swing the left heel back towards the right sitting bone. Square the sitting bones. If you can't get the sitting bone square, keep that left leg straight. Take the right hand behind your back. Inhale, lengthen your left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, turn and twist. Hook your left elbow outside your right. Inhale to lift up on the spine. Exhale to turn and twist. Gaze over the right shoulder. Root down into the left sitting bone. Inhale, lift up on the left side bodies. Exhale, turn and twist more to the right. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, turn and twist. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, unwind. Re-extend the legs out in front of you. And moving into the other side, start to bend the left knee. Slide the heel in. Cross the left leg over the right, hinge over to the right, sweep the right heel towards the left sitting bone, square the sitting bones. If they're not square again, keep that bottom leg straight. Take your left hand behind you, extend your right arm up, wrap the shoulders back and down, exhale, turn and twist this time from right to left, hook the right elbow outside of the left knee. Push down into the right sitting bone, lift up on the right ribs, squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another and down. Exhale, use the leverage of the hands and elbow to turn and twist over the left shoulder. 2 more times. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to turn and twist. 1 more. Inhale to lengthen. 1 more. Exhale, turn and twist. Inhale, gaze back forward. Exhale, unwind. Re-extend the legs. 1 more. Paschimottanasana. Remove the flesh from underneath the sitting bones. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, peace fingers to big toes. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold in. 2 more breaths. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up, lift the arms up, and on the exhale, start to lower yourself all the way back down onto your back. Point the toes towards the top of the mat. Extend the arms up overhead. Give yourself a good morning stretch from end to end. And then release the hands back next to the hips. Bend the knees, slide the heels in to graze the fingertips. Make sure the feet are separated about hip width distance. Setting up for bridge pose, Setu Bandha, Sarvangasana. Push down into the feet, lift up with the sacrum. Walk the shoulders towards one another underneath you and interweave the fingers. Press the pinky edges down. Reach the knuckles through the ankles. Lift up on the pubic bone. Tuck the tail. Lift up on the hip points. Keep trying to squeeze the knees in about hip width distance. Keep that lift to the pubic bone and lift the heels up. Try to lift everything up a little bit more and keep it lifted. Lower the heels back down. Push the feet into the mat. Take the sternum closer to the chin without moving the chin. And then when you're ready, gently release the hands. Start to lower yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Keep the left leg where it is. Take the right leg and stack in the right ankle over the left knee. Figure 4 position. Flex the right toes back towards the right knee. And then on your exhale, thread the needle. Take your right hand through your thighs. Interweave your hands towards one another underneath your left thigh or around your left shin. Draw the left thigh in closer towards your chest. And use your right elbow to push your right knee away from your chest. Keep the toes flexed. Try to create a straight, strong spine here. So keep the shoulders flat, keep the sacrum down. Exhale, draw the left knee in. Inhale, push the right knee away. 2 more times here. Get a little deeper if you can. Last one. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, push the right knee out. And then release the hands. Take the foot down to the floor. Keep the foot where or the figure 4 position where it is. Take the arms out to a T or to a cactus. And then drop the left thigh over to the left side of the mat. Sole of the right foot to the sky, right or to the floor, right knee to the sky. Maybe turn and gaze towards the right fingertips. Then try to take the right knee away from your torso. If your gaze is turned out, turn it back up, and then lift the legs back up. Release the right foot back to the floor and switch it out. Cross the left ankle over the right knee, figure 4. Flex the left toes towards the left knee. On your exhale, thread the needle. Go around the thigh or around the shin. Soften the shoulders and the sacrum back to the floor. Keep the toes flexed on both feet. Exhale, draw the right knee in towards the chest. Inhale, push the left knee away from the chest with the left elbow. 2 more times. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, push away. Keep the toes flexed. 1 more time. Squeeze in. Push out on the exhale. Release the right foot to the mat. Arms back out to a T. Drop the right thigh over to the right. Left foot to the floor. Left knee to the sky. If you did so on the other side, take your gaze towards the left finger. And then try to draw the left knee away from the torso. If your gaze is turned out, lift it back up, lift the legs back up, release the left foot back to the floor. Take a happy baby. Bend the knees, take them outside the ribs, elbows inside the knees, hands outside the feet. Try to push the feet up towards the ceiling. At the same time, pull the feet down towards the floor. Notice if the sacrum's lifting away from the floor. Try to keep the sacrum down. Again, a straight, strong spine on the floor. And then maybe take a little rock to the baby from side to side if that feels good for the spine. Find some stability. If you'd like, you can work to extend one leg straight at a time. Maybe not getting it straight, but working it there. Switch it out. Maybe take both legs out straight, or again, work to getting them straight. Let the sacrum lift. And then take the knees in, give yourself a big hug, a big squeeze. Round the shoulders in towards the knees, take the forehead in towards the knees. Exhale all the air out from your lungs. In, then squeeze in just a little bit more. And then inhale, release. Extend the legs out straight, setting up for our final resting pose, Shavasana. Bring the big toes to touch, separate the heels wide, and then allow the toes to turn out. Take the hands next to the hips, palms facing up. Take the shoulders away from the ears. Close your eyes. Exhale all the air out from your lungs. Seal your lips. Return to your normal breathing pattern. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Unclench your jaw. Allow the muscles around the face and the eyes to relax. Allow your thoughts to run free. At this point, yogis, I'm going to be shutting off our social media. You're more than welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as your body needs. I do want to thank you for joining us if you're on Zoom or Facebook Live or YouTube Live, whatever social media platform you're following us on. Thank you for joining us. To conclude the practice, I do want to sign off in a formal way. So taking the hands to heart center. Again, you can stay in your Shavasana. Draw the hands to the third eye space. And allow the highest in me to honor and respect the highest in you. Namaste. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Have a great rest of your Saturday.